Hi Fantasy Managers, welcome to FPL Team Talk. In this video we're going to look at teams to target for the next 6 game weeks. As on screen you can see there's Brentford, Chelsea, Tottenham, Leicester. We're going to look at their fixtures, why we should be targeting them, and then pinpoint some players that you should be considering bringing them in to maximise those returns, whether it's to be winning your mini league, whether it's to just get a better overall rank. Let's have a look at them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. We're giving you lots of content on how to beat your mini league rivals, how to improve your overall rank, giving you tips of players to target, teams to get involved on. Lots of good content. Hit that subscribe button. First of all, we'll have a look at Brentford's fixtures. We know how well they've adjusted to life in the Premier League. Their next 3 games are Burnley away, Norwich at home and Newcastle away. I don't think at the moment you could ask for 3 better fixtures than those. Burnley winless so far, Norwich winless so far, Newcastle not on a great run of form. Their expected goals per game, 1.6. They are conceding goals, but they've had some tough opposition so far. Expected to concede 1.3. They've actually conceded 0.9, so less than 1 goal a game they're conceding. But Brentford's fixtures, even in a medium term, you've got Everton, Tottenham, Leeds, and then Watford again. So for the next 6-7 games weeks, their fixtures look really nice, and there's several players that you could target to maximise this run of fixtures. You may consider Pontus Jansson. He has got the best expected goal involvement of all the defenders. Those fixtures look really nice for a Brentford defence. 4.7, he's a really good enabler and a budget option. And Mbeumo from midfield, we know as an FPL asset, he looks very appealing. He's down as a midfielder, but he's actually playing up front alongside Ivan Toney, who's there for size 6.5. Toney on penalties, between the two of them, you would expect them to get some goals. Brentford are scoring goals quite freely. 3 against Liverpool. They got 2 at West Ham the other day. The only team, in fact, they've blanked in the last 4 is at home to Chelsea. So they won't be the last team to do that. And Mbeumo and Toney mostly involved in all the attacking that they do. They're cheap. They're good enablers. They've got good fixtures. I think these players are some of the players you should be considering. Next up we have Chelsea. They have had some great fixtures of late. They've just come off the back of a 7-0 victory against Norwich. Newcastle away is next up, but then they've got Burnley at home. Then it gets a little bit tricky. They've got Leicester away, Man United at home. Though given what we've seen today with Manchester United, maybe that shouldn't be a red anymore. Watford, West Ham and Leeds. Some nice fixtures. We could almost argue that Chelsea are pretty much fixture proof. They can score against anyone. They can keep clean sheets against that City, everyone. We know that. Their expected goal so far per game is 1.7. They're actually doing much better than that, 2.6. Goals conceded, expected to get 1.3 goals conceded per game. Actually, 0.3. They are very tight. They're scoring goals. They're a team we definitely would like to target. Some of the players we've picked out that you should be looking at. Reece James, he's going up in value all the time. I'm recording 5.5. The reason why perhaps Reece James over Chilwell at the moment is purely down to minutes. We know that Alonso plays on that left-hand side alongside Ben Chilwell. So it may be that they're going to have to share some minutes, though Chilwell has that shirt right now. On the right-hand side, Reece James, Azpilicueta's been filling in for him, but we'd expect to move into centre of defence. James, therefore, just looks like quite a nailed option on that right-hand side. So, 5.5, he looks really good. Like I said, going up in price. I suspect he'll be up to 5.6 very shortly. Kai Havertz playing up front in the absence of Romelu Lukaku and Timo Werner. He's down as a midfielder, but we saw him playing very advanced against Norwich, playing basically as number 9. Didn't get any goal involvements, came off early maybe to protect him in the short term with other fixtures, having no other recognised striker. So he could be someone you might want to get on board with. 8.1, playing up front for Chelsea against these fixtures could be a real differential and a really good opportunity. Lastly, when he comes back, Romelu Lukaku, he has been struggling for a few goals lately, but at 11.5, he's absolutely nailed on when he's fit. He's certainly someone we need to keep on our radar when we're looking at the next 6 to 7 fixtures, because he won't be out for that long. Next we come up to Leicester. Their fixtures in the medium term look a little bit tricky. They've got Arsenal at home, Leeds away, then they've got a horrible game against Chelsea. After that, they come up against some really nice fixtures. Watford, Southampton, Aston Villa, Newcastle, and then it goes on. Their fixtures look great. If we're targeting the next 6 to 7 game weeks, we shouldn't forget about Leicester. In the short term, they look quite difficult, but if we're going to play the longer game and save ourselves a transfer in 3 or 4 weeks' time, it may be a good idea to get on them now. Expected goals per game, 1.3. They're expected to have conceded 1.7. They're actually scoring more than the goals that they can score at the moment, 1.3. They're getting actually 1.6. They're conceding about what they should be, which is 1.8. But Leicester, in the medium to longer term, their fixtures look phenomenal. Ricardo Pereira as a defensive fullback playing for Leicester, then he has attacking potential. We've seen that last year. He can push up into that midfield role as well, but still marked down as a defender. 5.4. He's possibly the best defensive asset looking at for Leicester. Tielemans, his role seems to have changed this season for Leicester. Previously, his expected goal involvement has been a lot lower than it is this year. So he's been priced as a holding midfielder, but he's actually just far more effective. He's scoring goals, getting points, which is what we want from an FPL asset. So it's a 6.4. He's a real differential and someone that could really make a difference to your mini-league rivals or your overall rank. And we know all about Jamie Vardy. His main points are coming through goals, which is great. That's what we want. They give us more points. What I do like about him is he's nailed on. He's got penalties. And also, he's been rested for those Europa League games, which means Leicester are prioritising and resting him for those Premier League games, which has got to be good for us. Finally, we move on to Tottenham and their fixtures. A couple of really tricky ones coming up. We've got Manchester United at home, and after their last result, we don't really know how that's going to go. Everton away, difficult game again, but they're playing two sides. They're in red, but they've not had good results. So perhaps those aren't as bad of fixtures as we thought. After that, you've got Leeds, Burnley, Brentford, Norwich, and then Brighton. So medium term, they look brilliant fixtures. Expected goals, they're only expected to get 1.2, expect to concede about the same 1.1. They're actually conceding more than what they should be, and they are scoring slightly more than what they should be as well. Players to target for them, we've got Reguilón at the back, 5.1. An attacking fullback is signing from Real Madrid last year. He hasn't scored as of yet. He's come very close a few times, but he has got some attacking returns. He looks nailed on in that fullback slot. Then we have Heung-min-son, as we all know about, playing, listed as a midfielder, often plays up front alongside Kane. Lethal, 10.2. It is a premium slot, difficult to fit in, but those fixtures, he might just be worth it. And then we all know about Harry Kane, scoring and assisting against Newcastle on penalties, absolutely nailed. He'd be the premium asset to go for Tottenham. Please let us know of any comments below. Hit that like button. I hope you found this content useful. There's plenty more coming up. At the end of this video, there's a link to our wildcard for game week 10. Be sure to check that out. In the meantime, speak to you soon.